Okay. Wow, I can't believe we're here. It's about time that I sit down and just chat with you because it has been a long time. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine Song and I am an aspiring romance author. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, I am sorry for not posting any writing related video for, wow, I think it's been almost 2 months. I think it has, so I'm sorry. You know what, let's get into it. Grab a drink, grab your tea, grab your matcha, grab your coffee or your water, stay hydrated. I will be here yapping for quite a bit, so cozy up, bestie. Because it's, the past 2 months have been quite a month, especially in January. So let's go back to January. Let's recap on what happened there. I finished my draft, my first draft last year. I think I finished it in end of August, early September. I could be wrong, but and then I took a break for a month and then I started revising in October, mid-October. Again, I could be wrong, but I will post the videos that are pertaining to that vlog. So as usual, I have this plan to revise the novel, hopefully to get it finished by January last month. That was the plan. That was my plan for myself, but it didn't pan out. A lot of things happened in the book that I wasn't really ready to, like, I guess, face head on. Let's just say I was so delusional to think that I can revise the book in 3 months, like developmentally revise the book, when first of all, I haven't done this developmental stage in ever. I think this is the first time I actually sat down and planned to edit a book and actually look for what makes sense structurally, plot-wise, character-wise. I found a whole lot of things that are wrong in the book and I was so delusional thinking like this is okay, this is fine. I hit a wall when I got into chapter 4. So act 1 already, I was already finding things that are wrong. So that feeling carried over into the new year. So January already is like such, it just dragged on for so long. I don't know what it is. I did not go out as much. I guess the seasonal depression is just really high during January. There's no sunlight. I was literally like not going out, or if I ever go out, it's just very quick, you know, for grocery runs or go to the gym. Like the gym, I don't even think I went to the gym much. And my goal was to work out at least 10 times that month. And I think I only worked out for like 4 times. It also happened that I kind of transitioned, like at work, I had to take on more, I guess, tasks, more responsibilities. It did take a toll on after work. I can't really disconnect from my job. It kind of sucked for me, to be honest. My previous tasks at work, I would be able to like have a little bit of like downtime for myself, but right now, barely have any. The downtime I have, it's me playing catch up the entire day just to make sure that I leave on time. But yeah, I still have a lot of things to learn at my current, I guess, I don't want to say position because I didn't really leave my position. I'm still there. I'm just learning a different desk. It's a whole lot more stressful, to be honest. So the will to write, out the window. And it sucked because I was stuck in Act 1. I didn't know where to go. I thought I know where to go. I have an outline, but even the outline I was doubting. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I was having a hard time just navigating how I should write the developmental edit. I was talking to one of my writer friends. Her name is Peyton. She's also an authortuber. Go follow her if you haven't. She's a business owner on top of being a writer, and that's just insane to me. But we kind of chatted a bit about, you know, like how revision is going, because she's also into the developmental stage of it. And we both had this feeling of like, yeah, the second draft feels more like we're rewriting the entire story. And that's what it felt like to me. I guess I should have been more ready because I knew from the get-go that the moment I change my male character's backstory, that a whole lot of things in his story is going to be rewritten. And the first time that I've rewritten the chapter, that kind of bummed me out because my brain is not in the drafting stage. My brain is in the editing stage. So for me to like flip-flop from do I edit and then do I redraft, like draft this again? Because that's essentially what it is when you're rewriting a a scene or a chapter, you are drafting that, and that's going to be your first draft of the chapter. And for me, mentally, I cannot seem to like go back and forth between editing Jasmine and drafting Jasmine. So that one kind of threw me off the loop. So chapter 4 really like kicked my butt in so many ways, and I reflected on that as to, you know, why, I guess like why did I feel so unprepared? I guess a reason for that as well is that I thought I knew the story, but I realized that I maybe did not really know it, you know, which as the writer of the story, it sucks to admit, but there are things that I have to figure out myself, and I figured it out the hard way, and it took me 2 months to like realize that, hey, you probably don't know the story, and that's okay. It's okay. We're gonna rediscover the story again, and that's fine. So draft 2 is, it's not going well. It's pretty much what I'm saying. January was, we established already, sucked ass for everybody. I think a lot of author tubers that I follow, they were all sharing this same sentiment. I watched Ari's video and I resonated a lot with that video, and she took some time away from YouTube and writing, as well as Mick Wrights, who I knew was, she's been in a social media break for a while now, and she just released a new video as well. And I think for me, I thought I really needed that break from YouTube. I have clips of me trying to get out of it, clawing my way out of that slump, but nothing was clicking. Like I was just click-clacking on my computer. I was like just trying to fix some grammar, but why am I fixing grammar? Like I should be fixing, you know, big picture things, not those little inline things. It doesn't matter right now, because what needs to be fixed is supposed to be plot issues and character issues. A whole lot of issue about, you know, the flow of the story, plot points. I guess that was my attempt to get my shit together, but it just didn't work out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to admit that I failed miserably in revision. And it came to a point where I just want to scrap the whole thing. I just want to just move on from it, maybe just leave it. And then we transitioned into February, and that is where I deliberately like actually sat with myself and like, okay, do I continue with Project Vanye, or do I move on to another story, which means book 2? I think that was my last resort. I feel like I thought maybe I just need to pivot my attention to something else that will spark me joy, and that is book 2. It worked, to be honest. I was excited about book 2. um I don't want to reveal the characters yet, but again, this is going to be in the same Vanya universe, so this is going to be from the same friend group. I was really, really excited about the story of it because I get to flesh out new people, new story, new flaws to like play around with, just a whole new story in general. I get to do a mood board for it. I get to do brainstorming. I didn't go into outlining just yet. I'm just sitting into just brainstorming, brain dumping everything that I think will be relevant when it comes to outlining the story. So that's what I did for like a week, I guess 2 weeks ago, beginning of February, was it? Or mid-February? That pulled me out of the slump. And what also pulled me out of the slump was relearning about Enneagram. I came across Enneagrams when I was watching Abby Emmons. You know, I didn't really use Enneagram really just because I didn't really understand how I can utilize that into storytelling. I became more interested in it when I was watching Local Scriptman. He had a video about Enneagrams and he has like a whole playlist of Enneagram numbers and all that. What helped me understand Enneagram is that it's not just about you putting a character in a box. Enneagram is about your character flaws, who they are at their worst, and who they can be at the healthiest. Because when I was reading Enneagrams, you know, the website, I didn't understand any of it. But when I watch his video, that's when I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I literally, in study mode for about 3-4 days, just watching his videos and then watching other people's videos as well on the enneagrams and the examples, and I kind of relate as to who do I think are the characters and which enneagram fixation would they fall into. That was a really cool exercise. It sparked hope in me that my characters are not just a shell of a character. They are real. They are not just caricature of a character. They are their own person. There are reasons as to why they are the way they are, and I just have to reestablish that with myself, because I think I lost that when I was revising in January. I think at some point I feel like my MMC, he became a big stranger in my story because I have to rewrite his backstory, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm writing a whole new person. And it took me a while to say, to admit to myself that this is very, very challenging to do, to rewrite a whole character and give him a whole new backstory and already established draft. That is a huge hurdle that I have to get over with. And it took me so long to just admit that this is difficult. After watching a whole series of local scriptman's video on the enneagrams, I began sparking this interest into diving back into Project Vanya. So I put away book 2 for now, to kind of go back into Project Vanya, but this time we are going all the way back. I'm not talking about drafting. We're not going to redraft this story, please. But we are going to step 1, and that means I have to go back and write all my scene cards, no matter how painful it can be. I attempted the scene cards and I was like, this is a waste of my time, but you know what? It's working. I'm looking at the scene card in front of me right now. I have Act 1 and Act 2. I don't really like how I opened the story. I feel like I don't want my first chapter to be Natalie's, because now that I think about it, her chapter is like boring as hell. But I feel like I can just move that elsewhere. So maybe I will start with Ryan's first, just because that will thrust the characters into action right away, instead of having a chapter 1 where it's just like Natalie in her room and just contemplating about her class and how much she feels like she's going to fail it if she doesn't, blah blah blah. I feel like chapter 1 with Ryan's perspective is going to be bueno. I think it's been a week since I started doing, like looking back into Project Vanya again. And honestly, I am very, very excited because I kind of reestablished like the questions. I was watching Natalia Lee's video on how to do developmental edits, and then she had this really important question of like, who are your characters? What are their goals? What are their desires? Like what's at stake, and what is, like who are their antagonists? Like why do they want to achieve what they want to achieve? I kind of reestablished that again. So I'm literally back into square one in draft 2, and that is okay. That's fine. It's okay to go back and do it all over again because I'm the boss. I'm the author. I can do whatever the heck I want. It's fine. If I feel like going back to step 1 in draft 2 is what needs to happen for me to trace myself back into where things fell apart, it's okay. That's fine. I think that's the beauty of wanting to be a professional writer. I don't have the pressure to finish the book because I'm not publishing this book anytime soon. Or am I even going to publish this book one day? Do I really want to debut with this book? I don't know yet. I don't know. But my goal is to write books. Brandon Sanderson talked about why it's not even a good idea to even debut with your first book, just because you want to find your voice. You want to find what process works for you. And if I were to debut with this book and my process is all wacky, like I am not setting myself up for success. I am setting myself up for failure and burnout. And I don't want to do that. My plan for my 30s is, oh my gosh, by the way, I'm turning 31 this year. Anyway, let's not talk about that. My goal is to self-publish my book in my 30s. And I thought I would be self-publishing my book by 2025 this year. But no, no. Like I really need to find that process that works for me. I need to find my voice, my author voice, really. I need to find a way for me to be able to write sustainably. There's a whole lot of things that I learned while reflecting on how much this sucked. This revision sucked. I don't really mind going back to square one again and re-outline or redo a whole scene card if I have to. I don't mind. Ryan is where I seem to stumble so much. I think I just can't find his voice, really. It's really hard to write Ryan because he's a man and I don't know how to write in a man's point of view. I guess I've just been reading. I've been watching anime. I've just really been rewatching. I'm rewatching Haikyuu right now, and I'm almost at the end of season one, and I'm not ready. Been doing stuff that is not writing related. You know, I've been back journaling, and I love it. And I also started being more conscious with like finances and stuff. So I guess I've been adulting in like 10 times more intense. That's like one of the perks of being a writer because you're always home. You don't really go out and you save not, I guess, so much money, but you save some money. I want to go back to just I guess like I want to go back and play again. I want to go and play with my friends. I haven't played with my friends for months because I have been working on this damn book for like many months. And it's so funny because yesterday I was talking to one of my best friends and I said like, hey you guys, I want to play Marvel Rivals, and they've been playing for months already. And I think I'm the only one in the loop who hasn't played because I'm trying so hard to finish this edit and it's not just happening for me. So I'm just gonna enjoy it, whatever. Let me just go back and play. Let me do my thing, things that I really enjoyed other than just writing. I guess we need that balance, to be honest. We need the balance of just us trying to really try hard on our writing, setting that kind of routine for us, but at the same time, we also want to be more conscious about how we're going to allocate our time. Like, are we just writing? And if things are not panning out, like, are we honest to ourselves? Or are you like Delulu like myself? Don't be Delulu like myself, guys. It's okay if you don't figure it out right away. Writing as a profession is a process. It's a journey. I finished a draft and I thought I could do it all, but nope. Nope. Developmental edits is another beast. Oh god. Anyway, let's close things out. I am just excited to kind of just go back to step one, retrace myself back. I can't wait to finish this scene card thing happening in front of me. I feel like I rambled too much, so I'm just gonna let you go. I hope you enjoyed your coffee. This like cute coffee chat. I love it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you being here and listening to me ramble about everything writing. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope to see you soon on a writing vlog. Bye guys. See you soon.